Hi, today I would like to introduce some IDE options to basically fine-tune your IDE to your taste. So if you are programming, it's also important that you feel, um, let's say, comfortable with the environment you are coding in, and of course you can find um, your code elements on the right way. Um, Also highlight the text as you like with those colors what you also would like to see on your screen. So the IDE gives you some options to basically fine-tune your environment. The first thing when you are installing the Lazarus IDE, then at the first start, the IDE itself is highlighting that what kind of environment you would like to have. So you can have the classic environment where the different windows or different elements of the IDE is separated or into different windows, like the object inspector here, the source editor. Also, the menu is a completely a separate window in the environment. But you can use the environment like I'm using it. That you have the IDE actually in one window, and then you have the different docked elements of the screen in this window, and you can also decide if the form editor you would like to have it like this one separated, or you can also integrate it into this code editor window, and then you can switch between the code, the form itself, as you want to edit any of it. It's basically up to your taste what you like better. I was actually separating the form editor from the IDE because once you are working on the screen, um, if you are docking the form editor, then you don't have the chance to see how it fits into the screen itself, because this will be always inside the docked area. Of course, you can set it to the right size as you want, but that, for example, you can't see the title bar of the window and so on. So you will have just the content area on your docked form editor screen. So this is one thing what you can do with the editor. The other thing is, of course, that you can set up how you want to have the object inspector, the properties, how you want to have the code explorer, component list, and so on. This you can also let's say fine tune as you like. But what I want to express is basically those settings which are focusing on your code editor and code highlighting section. So if you open the tools and the IDE option or the options window, then you have the editor section of the options, and basically here you can create uh, your way of working inside the editor itself, so the code editor itself, and you can decide how this should look like. So you can fine tune, of course, how you want to have the tabs and so on, the miscellaneous things, that how you want to scroll and so on. But the most important for me is the display colors. So if you come to the colors, then you can see that actually you have the highlighter here, which is basically setting up your screen for the code editing. And as you can see, you have certain elements of the code what you can define how you would like to see it in your editor. Of course, um, you can have pre-defined selections, so you can see that there are um, um, some already predefined color schemes. So like the Delphi system, the Ocean one, Pascal Classic, and Twilight. And once you are switching between these, you can see that how it would look like in the editor. So that's the Pascal Classic, which was in the very old times when you were using Turbo Pascal. Basically, that was the color of the coding system, and you actually couldn't really fine tune it for yourself. The Ocean is pretty much the same. Delphi is a little bit different, more clear, let's say, but not many highlights, as you can see that it's not really using the most of the highlighted sections. I'm using just the default one, so I did not create a new one actually, but I was redefining some of the definitions here for the colors. So how you can fine tune it? You have more or less a limited way um, of options what you can define if you are not defining something. So basically the default text is, as you can see, foreground black, background white, and this you can use to create basically the whole background itself. uh, and then the rest is basically changing these colors, these behaviors to the ones what you are setting up. So you can select them here, but if you are more um, let's say would like to directly know that which one is affecting what, then you can go directly into this code and you can select like for example here a variable, and it's saying the identifier. Then you have the symbols here and so on. So once you are clicking somewhere, the the coder or the highlighter is jumping to the right position. So you can see that this one was the reserved words. Again, this is not really clearly showing what I'm doing here, because however this part of the system is not really working always according to what you expect. So like here, as you can see, that if I'm clicking on the procedure name, then it's jumping to the identifier, which is not exactly correct, because it should jump to the procedure header name. So as you can see that if I'm jumping to the procedure header name, I have the maroon color mentioned here, but if I'm changing to green, then it becomes green. So so this part of this system is not always let's say the right way of working for identifying the area. But beside that, you can do basically more or less the what is possible with these settings, and you can set up your editor to your color taste. So I was setting up this one. I like that much better than the rest, because I can distinguish between um, different areas. So basically the begin ends and if statement and so on. So all these can be set up on the way as I like to see it in the application. You have actually other options as well, which I'm not using right now, but you can also extend a little bit these colors using the TextMate grammar option as well. So if you download some from somewhere TextMate shame for Pascal or free Pascal, then you could load it into the system. Actually, it's saying that where you should put these shame files, and once these are put to the right place and you restart the Lazarus environment, then these shames are coming up, and then you can basically select those, and these can extend a little bit the markup of the system. You can also define some additional things that how this should look like, um, but this doesn't really add too much to the look and feel of the system. You can also add custom list. This is not really useful in my view, because you need to clearly say that, for example, if you have a variable which you name on a certain way, then you can add a special coloring to that individual variable, and then this will be highlighted according to that in the system. So um, this this is adding, of course, to the highlighting, but once you do it, then you need to define it one by one to all of these different variables or different keywords, and then this will be used by the system. You can define key mappings to the system. I don't go into this. And what is also important here is the completion and hints. So this is basically setting up the behavior when the editor should bring up a hint or bring up a completion suggestions for your coding. So when you are typing, then the system will pop up the possible options to complete the keyword. It's not like in other systems, the AI type of completion, where you can even can get suggestions for the next the next variable or the next if statement, or a complete loop, what the IDE would suggest to control to finish your code, and you might need to change just a little bit, and then you are ready with that part of the coding. So this one is just suggesting that if you start to type, that you don't need to type the full word, but you can get the suggestion. Next one is the code folding. So this might be interesting, because you have code folding in the system, like as you can see here, that certain elements of the code can be folded, or can be even hidden inside the code editor. And with this setup here, you can define what you want to get folded, or possibly folded in your coding. So for example, as you can see, I have here for the case statement or the case block, I have a code folding element with this minus, so this is right now open. But if I'm clicking it out and I use the apply, as you can see that this code folding option disappears. So I will not be able to code fold just the case statement itself. But if I'm setting it back again, then it appears again here, and if I'm using that, then I can basically close this. The divider is actually, you can see some dividers between some code elements, and as you can see that you can have a divider with the unit section, the var and type sections, even should be the local ones. So if I would have somewhere here a var statement, then I could be able to use that. I could be able to use it at the begin end, and if I'm pressing the apply, nothing happens, as you can see here inside this one. But if I'm increasing the divider level to maybe 3, then you can see that it's immediately showing this level. With the 2, I think this one will disappear. Yes, so basically it tells that at or up to which level this divider should appear. So if I'm using the second level, then the divider is going inside the procedure's begin end, and the first level is here the if statement, and you can only got this line drawn here. If I set it to 3, of course, it goes to the case statement as well. So inside the case statement, it's also um, showing this begin end. Of course, within the case statement, I don't have a begin, but I have an end. So this is also used there. And of course, you can also use different colors. So if you want to have it in a different color, then this could be changed. However, right now it is not that much visible. Maybe at the nested line color, I'm not sure. Yes, here. So depending on, of course, what you use here, then this will change accordingly. Okay, basically that's all about how you can fine tune your code editor styles, and as you can see here, the code folding what I was just setting up is working, and then also the colors are what I like in my environment. So that's all about the fine tuning of the code editor. And if you like this short tutorial, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel. With this, I wish you happy coding, and see you next time.